Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We're going to start our meeting at 6:04 p.m. this evening, and I want to give a shout out to a student that came in to ask a couple questions. So I don't consider ourselves behind tonight. I actually was quite pleased that they wanted to ask some engaging questions, so thanks for being here tonight. Roll call.
Michael Cashman.
Present.
Thomas Wood.
I'm here.
Meg LaFave.
Here.
Barb Hebert.
Here.
Charles Costa.
Here.
James Coffey.
Here.
And Rick Collins.
Resolution 83, approve the minutes of the previous meeting.
Resolved that the minutes of April 25th and May 2nd, 2019 be approved and the reading of the minutes be dispensed with.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Costick, is there a second?
Second.
LaFave, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor please say aye.
Aye.
So does carry. Anything for public comment this evening? Just because we have some students in the audience this evening, I'm just going to explain this. During our board meetings, our work sessions, we have a segment of the meeting allotted where people from the community can come forward to present thoughts, ideas, concerns, and that's part of the public comment period. Okay? I know you have a worksheet that you may be filling in some questions, so I'll try to address some stuff. All right? Resolution 84, the abstract, 5B-19.
Resolved that the abstract of audited claims number 5B-19, 816 to 959 for $1,013,860.95. An abstract 5B-19A, 134 to 152 prepays in the amount of $412,398.21 be received as reviewed by the audit committee, and the supervisors hereby authorized to pay said abstract.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Hebert, is there a second?
Second.
Wood, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor please say aye.
Aye.
So does carry. Resolution 85, monthly department reports.
Resolved to receive and place on file the monthly department head reports, building and grounds, highway superintendent, park and recreations, water and wastewater, codes and zoning, planning and community development, supervisor's financial report, and town clerk.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Constant, is there a second?
Second.
Hebert, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 So does carry. Resolution 86, on-call temporary part-time appointment to the assessing office, Sharon King.
Whereas supervisors received a letter of request from the assessor, Brian Dallin, asking for temporary help in the assessing department. And whereas Sharon King is a former employee and has the skills and training to perform the necessary duties as agreed to work on a temporary basis to support the department's needs. Now therefore be resolved that the town board is hereby authorized the hiring and temporary on-call part-time appointment of Sharon King effective immediately at a rate of $29.28 per hour. And to be further resolved, the supervisors hereby authorized to sign all necessary documents for Ms. King's appointment. And it be further that a certified copy of this resolution be given to the assessor, one be placed in Ms. King's file, one be forwarded to the Clinton County Department of Personnel, Civil Service for final approval and filing.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Wood, is there a second?
Second.
LaFave, I'm going to add just one thing for the public. Is Sharon was a former employee. She's coming back just for training for a specific period of time with some grievance, so that could be separated away from the assessor himself, giving Rachel some opportunities, because it only happens all but once a year, and I'm thankful that she's willing to come back for a period. Anything else? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
So does carry. Resolution 87, appointment of a MWE representative.
Whereas the town of Plattsburgh wishes to have a representative who will assist with the National Minority Women Enterprise Act. Therefore, be resolved that Melena Tamer be assigned to assist the MWE regulations and act as a primary point of contact for related issues. And to be further resolved that Ms. Tabor take the oath of office within 30 days of this appointment, and that a copy of this resolution be given to the town clerk, and one be placed in her personnel file.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
LaFave, is there a second?
Second.
Costick, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
So does carry. Resolution 88, authorizing the supervisor to execute all documents relating to the assignment of novation.
Whereas the town and CB and I LLC entered into a contract dated 2017 regarding water storage for the town. And whereas CB and I LLC has created a CB and I Storage Tank Solution LLC as a wholly owned subsidy, and it has requested the town to enter into an assignment of nomination agreement, and a copy of which too is attached. Whereas James Coffey, town attorney, has reviewed the assignment and nomination agreement and has spoken with Attorney Lackey, the attorney for CB&I LLC, McDermott Corporation. And whereas CB&I LLC, the parent company, agrees to all obligations relating to the original contract will remain in full force and effect to be supported by. And whereas it is the opinion of James J. Coffey that the execution of the assignment of nomination agreement is in the best interest of the town. Now therefore be resolved the town board that Supervisor Michael Cashman be authorized to execute any and all documents related to the aforementioned assignment and nomination.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
LaFave, is there a second?
Seconded.
Hebert, any discussion?
Is this, so it's just under a paper entity?
Well, not exactly. It's a subsidiary, and I was concerned that there was an assignment, which is fine. That typically keeps the original party on the contract. A novation takes the original party off. So I talked to this attorney Lackey, I guess down in Texas or someplace, and we discussed it, and he indicated, and when I looked at the letter, he indicated that the parent company will still be responsible for anything the subsidiary does in terms of the bonding and that type of thing. They'll still be responsible. So when I saw the word novation, that's something that I always have to be a little bit worried about. That kind of changes the nature of the contract. But in this case, there's assignment and novation, and it's not a problem.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
So does carry. Resolution 89, EFPR Group.
Whereas the town board, town of Plattsburgh has determined that it is in the best interest of the town to obtain professional consulting services for the purpose of examining and reviewing the town's books and financial reports to prepare an audit for the years 2019 and 2020. Whereas the town, in accordance with the Single Audit Act of 1984 and the Single Audit Act Amendment of 1996, Federal Public Law 98-502, contracted with several accounting firms to receive proposal for review and follow-up of a formal interviews. Whereas it is determined that the services offered by the firm of EFPR Group will be the best the audit needs for the town of Plattsburgh. Whereas the firm of EFPR Group have agreed to perform the above services indicated in the attached proposed letter. Now therefore be resolved that the town board, town of Plattsburgh, upon approval and recommendation of the town attorney, does hereby accept the proposals as submitted by the EFPR Group for auditing services for the year 2019 and 2020. And to be further resolved, the supervisor be and hereby authorized and directed to execute the agreement of said consulting services as stated in the attached proposal, with billing and payment made through normal purchase order process. And to be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Costick, is there a second?
Second.
Hebert, any discussion?
It's been nice to see a process that starts early and then also on time in terms of the final document.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So carried. Resolution 90, PHA agreement for Town of Plattsburgh recreation programs.
Whereas the Town of Plattsburgh Recreation Program provides opportunities for youth during the summer to participate in a number of programs throughout the municipality. And whereas transportation in a rural community will often prevent town youth from participating in recreational programs. And whereas the Plattsburgh Housing Authority is willing to enter into an agreement with the Town of Plattsburgh to provide a motor vehicle for summer programs. Now therefore be resolved that the town board does hereby approve the agreement between Plattsburgh Housing Authority and the Town of Plattsburgh for use of a motor vehicle list for recreational purposes described in said agreement, subject to the terms and conditions as set forth in said agreement. And it be further resolved that after review and approval by the town attorney, the Park and Recreational Director, Melanie DeFaya, is hereby authorized to execute said agreement for the Town of Plattsburgh, and she is directed to obtain and initiate compliance with all of the terms, provisions of said agreement. And it be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be forwarded to the Recreational Director, Plattsburgh Housing Authority, and Coolin Shore.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Costick, is there a second?
Second.
Wolfade, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
So this carried. Resolution 91, contract with ABS Northeast for grant preparation.
Whereas the Town of Plattsburgh has a current and active 2-year term contract with AES Northeast PLLC located at 10 through 12 City Hall Place, Plattsburgh, New York, 12901. And whereas the response to the data and information and recommendations contained in the intersection analysis report dated January 2018, prepared by CHA Consulting Incorporated for the Ruger Street ampersand intersection, the town is desirous to have prepared a grant application to the Department of Transportation for funding for the better utilization investments to the LaBerge Development Build Grant Program. Whereas ASE Northeast PLLC has provided the letter of authorization, which includes the scope of services at an estimated cost not to exceed $4,000. Whereas the town board finds it in to be the best interest of residents and general public to apply for grant funding through the DOT Build program to complete the important traffic safety project. Now therefore be resolved that the town board, Town of Plattsburgh, does hereby authorize the supervisor to enter into an agreement with the ASE Northeast to prepare and submit the aforementioned grant detailed in the work authorization letter dated May 2019. And to be further resolved that the town board, Town of Plattsburgh, does hereby authorize the Planning Community Development Department to coordinate the preparation of said grant with AES Northeast and further authorize the supervisor to execute the associated grant documents and forms.
Just before I ask for a motion, in the first resolved, it's May 15th.
Okay.
It was again a placeholder until we're
Yep.
getting some final information.
Okay.
Is there a motion?
That's my, so moved.
Hebert, is there a second?
Second.
Wood, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, so is carried. Resolution 92, grant of utility and access easement to NYSEG Route 3, Katyville, New York.
Whereas from time to time, the Town of Plattsburgh grants access and utility easements to other parties to determine necessary for the benefit and provisions of services to the general public. And whereas New York State Electric and Gas has an existing natural gas transmission and distribution line located along Route 3, New York State Route 3 in Katyville, with improvements and infrastructure located on a previously approved easement area on lands of the Town of Plattsburgh, tax parcel 204.2-57.1. And whereas NICEAG is desirous to modify, provide upgrades to existing infrastructure located on that map parcel, and locate said upgrades directly behind the existing infrastructure. And whereas NICEAG is requesting to extend a 20 by 120 easement area as shown on the Exhibit A and associated easement document. Now therefore be resolved that the Town Board, Town of Plattsburgh, shall grant the issuance of a requested easement upon the following conditions. One, NICEAG shall install and maintain vegetation decorative screening in a manner similar to that provided on the Town Railroad at the New York State Electric and Gas Substation between New York State Route 3 and existing proposed gas utilities. And to be further resolved that upon review and approval of the proposed easement documents, associated attachments by town attorney, the town board is hereby authorized the supervisor to certify and execute all forms of documents necessary for filing and acting of an easement. And to be further resolved that this said easement shall be filed with the Clinton County Clerk, Town Clerk, and copies be provided to the Town Planning and Community Development Department.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Costick, is there a second?
Second.
Lefebvre, any discussion?
It's just past the Gatto Road on Route 3 heading west.
The one thing that I would say to the credit of Trevor and just as a town, is we pushed back on this. They just wanted the easement with no improvements. And it's just an example of one of those things that it's better to ask than to, and get something. Is it a perfect situation? No, but it's better than nothing too. So.
And they have to put up a formed building, so they're starting to close everything in, so they're well in progress, so it looks a lot better than just pipe sticking out of the ground that we did before, basically.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
So does carry. Resolution 93, request to attend the annual Highway Education Conference.
Whereas it is in the best interest of the town highway superintendent to remain current and informed concerning changes in regulations. Now therefore be resolved that Tim Dubray, highway superintendent, be allowed to attend New York State Association of Town Superintendent of Highways Annual Highway School being held in Ithaca, New York, June 3rd through the 5th, 2019. And to be further resolved that $704 for conference fees, lodging, and meals be charged to the highway superintendent's account, as so noted. And to be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager and a copy be placed in the highway superintendent's personnel file.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Hebert, is there a second?
Second.
Wood, any discussion?
Yes, there was an early registration date, and that's tomorrow. Have we already paid that, or are we going to get the early registration date? Because I noticed it goes from 110 to 150.
No, Tom, I think I can speak with some confidence that it's the early registration. I talked to Tim just to kind of see how that was going, as far as I know. He was pulling the trigger.
I know he had reached out to them for.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Good question.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, so does carry. It is my belief that there is a need to go into an executive session this evening. Is there a motion to that effect?
Yes, I make a motion to go into executive session to discuss the employment history of 3 specific employees.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
Ostick. The time, 6:23. Can I get a roll call, Rich?
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Meg Lefebvre,
Yes.
Barb Hebert,
Yes.
Charles Costa,
Yes.
Mike Cashman.
Yes, no action to be taken.